Hello. Today, my speech is about media versus law enforcement. In the recent years, there have been a lot of police officer incidents in the news, from abuse of power to de escalating force. The news and the media cover these issues very closely and always point the blame at the officer, asking what they could have done differently and what they should have done differently. Um, are officers not being properly trained for these serious issues that cause serious injuries or sometimes even death? Or are these officers solely responsible for the end result of these serious situations that they encounter day in and day out in their line of work? Or does the media portray these encounters and change it to fit their agenda, which is solely to make their jobs more difficult and more dangerous as they already are? If you look at my graph I have here that shows the amount of violence against police officers, in 2005 to 2015, it has gone up over 65%. And these are the main priority news outlets that we use to watch. It's from ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, and NPR. They have gone up 65% in 10 years. My other graph I show here, it shows the misrepresentation of deaths in California and nationwide. In California alone, African American deaths are overrepresented almost 10%, 9.6 points. You see there, I'll show you that. National average, they're up 14%, while whites are down 15% nationally, and Latinos are down 2%. So the media misrepresents deaths of African Americans by 15%. And you ask, why is that? I believe it is to make a racial divide in our country, and it is a better news story and then a white person getting killed. I think grabs more people's attention, and it's kind of a hot topic right now. So the media portrays that in a negative light so that it has a scare tactic for the general public to watch news more frequently and keep an eye out instead of just not worrying about it. National average, the crime rates are technically down, but the news sources will portray crimes at a higher rate than they really are to scare the public, to make them watch the news, and to check the news before they go out instead of just going out and not paying attention to it. It's really hard today and age because the digital news and media factor in our society. Everyone has a mobile device and with capabilities of recording any event at any time. And that can get spread to the mass media by a click of a button. And it's harder to fact check and to see and know that video hasn't been edited to fit that person's purpose of filming that, to not know what they really saw because they can edit it to make it seem to fit what they want to represent, which is sometimes kind of a good thing, it's kind of a bad thing for being able to record and make people responsible for their actions. The news outlets, they decide what stories they report to the public, whether they're good or bad. It's up to the network on the news outlets they publish in the story. A lot of times it's for their own personal agenda, ratings, or to push their opinion to the general public. These news stories usually don't represent the actual statistics of crime rate in the community or in the nation on a larger scale. When you hear and see these media, when you hear and see media about police officer killings or misconduct in the news, you are seeing a one-sided opinion of an event because the true facts do not make a good story, and violent and bad conduct for a police officer is better than a story of a police officer doing something good. So that's kind of everything I have about short spill about media and law enforcement and how you should double check your facts because the news and media is going to put out whatever fits their agenda, and they're trying to make news stories more interesting to the public and that draws their attention and crime sells. So, thank you. Bye.